History is filled with stories of kings and queens, battles and revolutions, but beneath the surface lies a world of strange, dark, and downright bizarre events that have been overshadowed by grander narratives. What if I told you that, in the 18th century, a mysterious disease caused people to dance uncontrollably until they collapsed? Or that an entire village vanished overnight with no trace? Stay with me as we uncover the weirdest and darkest events in history that you likely haven't heard of before. Plus, stick around until the end for a bizarre fact that might just change how you see history forever. 1. The Dancing Plague of 1518. It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, but in 1518, a dancing mania took over the town of Strasbourg. Hundreds of people danced non-stop 4 days, some even dying from exhaustion. The cause? Historians and scientists have debated it for centuries, but the latest research from the University of London suggests that ergot poisoning, caused by a fungus growing on rye, may have triggered hallucinations and mass hysteria. Some experts even compare this phenomenon to modern-day mass psychogenic illnesses, where stress and fear trigger physical symptoms in entire communities. 2. The Great Emu War of 1932. In one of history's most absurd military conflicts, Australia declared war on emus. Yes, the large flightless birds. After World War I, Australian soldiers were given land for farming, but their crops were soon invaded by thousands of emus. The government sent armed soldiers with machine guns to control the bird population, but despite their superior firepower, the emus won. A 2023 study from the Australian National University highlights how this failure was due to underestimating the bird's agility and resilience. The Emu War remains one of the most embarrassing defeats in military history. 3. The vanishing village of Angikuni. In the 1930s, a Canadian fur trapper named Joe LaBelle stumbled upon the Inuit village of Angikuni, or what was left of it. The entire population had disappeared without a trace. Food was left cooking over fires, weapons were untouched, and even sled dogs were found dead. What happened? Theories range from mass migration to supernatural explanations, but a 2022 archaeological study suggests extreme weather patterns and possible starvation forced the villagers to leave in a hurry. However, with no clear signs of struggle, the mystery remains unsolved. 4. The Night of the Radium Girls. During the early 20th century, young women working in watch factories painted glowing radium onto dials, unaware of the deadly radiation they were being exposed to. They would even lick their brushes to keep the tips fine, absorbing fatal amounts of radium. The result? Horrific illnesses, lawsuits, and a tragic fight for workers' rights. A 2021 study in medical history journals confirmed that the suffering of the radium girls led to groundbreaking labor protections and stricter safety regulations for workers handling hazardous materials. 5. The exploding whale of 1970, Oregon. A dead whale washed up on the shore, and authorities decided the best way to dispose of it was with dynamite. Bad idea. When they detonated the whale, chunks of rotting flesh rained down on horrified spectators and crushed a nearby car. The event became a legendary cautionary tale in public works disasters, reminding us all that sometimes the simplest solutions are best. 6. The Mad Gasser of Mattoon. In the 1940s, residents of Mattoon, Illinois, reported a strange figure spraying a mysterious gas into homes, leaving people paralyzed and disoriented. The police never caught the culprit, and to this day, the identity of the Mad Gasser remains a mystery. Was it a mass hallucination, a real chemical attacker, or something else? Psychological research from 2023 suggests it may have been a case of mass hysteria, amplified by wartime anxiety. 7. The real-life sleeping beauty syndrome. A rare neurological disorder called Klein-Levin syndrome causes people to sleep for weeks or even months at a time. In one of the most extreme cases, a girl, Louisa Ball, slept for 2 months straight, waking up only to eat. This condition remains a mystery to scientists, though a 2023 study suggests a possible link to viral infections affecting the brain's hypothalamus. 8. The mysterious case of Caspar Hauser. In 1828, a teenage boy appeared in Nuremberg, barely able to speak, and with no knowledge of the outside world. He claimed to have been raised in total isolation. Over time, he became a celebrity, but just as suddenly as he arrived, he was murdered. Theories suggest he was of royal blood and a threat to political stability, but the truth was buried with him. Bonus fact: the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. Imagine a tsunami, but made of molasses. In Boston, a giant storage tank filled with 2.3 million gallons of molasses burst, sending a sticky wave through the city at 35 miles per hour, killing. It sounds bizarre, but it's a testament to how even something as simple as syrup can become deadly under the right conditions. History isn't just about kings, wars, and inventions. It's also full of mysteries, bizarre happenings, and lessons that are stranger than fiction. Which of these dark and weird historical events shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into history's weirdest moments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mind-blowing stories from the past.